Hello, friends. Republican lawmakers in the Senate just blocked a new bill from passing, indicating that the bill is unlikely to move forward without a change in Senate rules. Friends, welcome back to my channel tonight. This is the latest stimulus news and information on the fourth round of stimulus checks giveaway. Republicans today blocked action for the third time this year on legislation to bolster voting rights, leaving Democrats few options to advance the bill outside of changing the Senate filibuster rule and passing it over GOP opposition. All 50 Democrats and independents supported bringing the Freedom to Vote Act to the floor, but all 50 Republicans voted against doing so, maintaining a stalemate over a proposal that Democrats say is needed to counter efforts in Republican-controlled states to impose new restrictions on voting. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer stated, "These laws will make it harder for millions of Americans to participate in their government. If there's anything worthy of the Senate's attention, if there's any issue that merits debate on this floor, it is protecting our democracy from the forces that are trying to unravel it from the inside out." Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell criticized the proposal put forward by Democrats on Wednesday, which was a compromised version of a broader voting rights measure that Republicans had blocked twice before. Mitch McConnell said of the new legislation, "The same rotten core is all still there, as long as Senate Democrats remain fixated on their radical agenda. This body will continue to do the job that the framers assigned it and stop terrible ideas in their tracks." The compromise was struck to win the support of Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, the sole Democrat to oppose a more expansive voting rights bill passed by the House back in August. Joe Manchin has spent weeks trying to win Republican support for the pared-back version, but was unsuccessful, giving Democrats hope that he might become more amenable to weakening the filibuster so they can advance a measure he helped write.
Now, Madam President, I want to be clear about what just happened on the floor of the Senate. Every single Republican senator just blocked this chamber from having a debate, simply a debate, on protecting Americans' right to vote in free and fair elections. A little over a year ago, our country held the safest, most accessible, most on-the-level elections in modern history. Our former president could not accept defeat with grace. He refused to show fidelity to the democratic process. Instead, he told a big lie that has now poisoned the roots of our democracy. Capitalizing on this malicious lie, his acolytes in conservative-controlled legislatures are now passing laws across the country, making it harder for younger, poorer, urban, and non-white Americans to participate in our elections. The laws are a direct attack on our fundamental liberties as American citizens. If there's anything worthy of the Senate's attention, it's unquestionably this. And yet, given the chance to respond to an obvious problem, given the chance to merely debate these latest threats against the franchise, Senate Republicans voted unanimously to block any opportunity for action. Let there be no mistake. Senate Republicans blocking debate today is an implicit endorsement of the horrid new voter suppression and election subversion laws pushed in conservative states across the country. By preventing the Senate from functioning as it was intended, Republicans in this body are permitting states to criminalize giving food and water to voters at the polls. Republicans are saying it's okay to limit polling places and
In light of the vote, key Democrats said they would regroup and try once again to persuade Joe Manchin and other Senate Democrats who were reluctant to undermine the filibuster that an overhaul of the chamber's signature procedural tactic was the only way to protect ballot access across our country. The tie left Democrats at least 10 votes short of the 60 needed to overcome a filibuster, and there was little evidence that any Republicans could be brought on board. Chuck Schumer switched his vote to no at the last moment, enabling him under Senate rules to move to reconsider the bill at some point in the future, and then putting the official tally at 49 to 51. So friends, what are your thoughts on Republican lawmakers' decision to not support the bill? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. U.S. President Joe Biden heads to Pennsylvania to promote bills on infrastructure and social spending, while measures to combat climate change remained a stumbling block among his fellow Democrats. Biden will deliver remarks and talk about how his infrastructure plan will benefit the working class in cities like Scranton. His fellow Democrats in Washington are closing in on a deal to pass the infrastructure and social spending measures after weeks of bickering. But many hurdles remain and talks are still ongoing. Friends, the key word for this video is apple pie. If you would like to enter this coming Friday's Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure that you click and like this video, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and comment below the keyword. Thank you so much, friends. President Biden told lawmakers he thought he could get Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema to agree to a cost in the range of $1.75 trillion to $1.9 trillion for the spending bill. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi has set October 31st as a deadline for the House to pass a $1.2 trillion infrastructure deal that the Senate has already approved and has broad bipartisan support. On Wednesday, Nancy Pelosi told reporters that it is very possible for Democrats to agree on a framework for Biden's spending bill at the end of this week. Democrats had missed a prior deadline to pass the infrastructure bill after House progressive lawmakers refused to approve it unless it was coupled with a spending bill that would fund President Biden's campaign pledges on climate and social programs. President Biden was clear he wants an agreement before going to a climate summit in Glasgow, Scotland, that starts on October 31st. The president floated alternatives to a clean energy program that Joe Manchin opposes, and this is what sources have said. These include $300 billion to support solar and wind energy, as well as electric vehicles. An additional $150 billion would go to carbon capture and nuclear power, which may disappoint progressives who prefer other measures. While the components of the two bills are very popular with voters from both parties, the protracted negotiations have created much confusion. So friends, what do you think our lawmakers should do to get the bill passed? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me here tonight. Please make sure that you click and like this video, and make sure you comment below the keyword from this video, and also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, friends, and have a very